Good morning, readers and writers. It's April 28th, 2020. We're going to be doing our short story read aloud today. It's a pretty long read, so I'm going to take it in two parts between today and Thursday. So we're going to read the first part, and then we will continue with the read aloud on Thursday. I'm holding up birthday candles. I thought it would be kind of cool to bring them and show you because we are going to read a story about a birthday party. The setting takes place at a birthday party, and I thought I would just bring you some symbols of a birthday, two little candles. The short story we are going to read is called The Stolen Party. I wonder why it was called that. I wonder what the author meant when they titled it The Stolen Party. This story is centered around friendship growing despite differences in class, ethnicity, and race. So we're going to meet a girl called Rosara. She is the main character in the story as well as the narrator. I'm sorry, she's not the narrator. The story is centered around Rosara. She is the main character of the story. And this story is written by a second narrator, which is the writer of the story. Okay, so it's called The Stolen Party by Lillian Hecker, and I will attach the PDF of the story so you can read along as we go through it in class tomorrow. But here's the first part of The Stolen Party. And as we read, I'd like you to try to think about the main character, Rosara. Try to think about her point of view, whether you agree or disagree with her point of view. And also, what are the different perspectives on her attending the party? So you're going to meet other characters, her mother, the girl of the party, and her mom, and another friend at the party. Try to consider their perspective of the story about Rosara's attendance to the party. How does their perspective have to do with the central themes of the story, the bigger ideas of the story, which are class, ethnicity, and race? Try to consider other characters' perspective on the bigger ideas of the story of class, ethnicity, and race. So it's called The Stolen Party by Liliana Hecker, and here we go. As soon as she arrived, she went straight into the kitchen to see if the monkey was there. It was. What a relief. She wouldn't have liked to admit that her mother had been right. Monkeys at a birthday? Her mother had sneered. Get away with you, believing any nonsense you're told. She was cross, but not because of the monkey. The girl thought, it's just because of the party. I don't like you going, she told her. It's a rich people's party. Rich people go to heaven too, said the girl, who studied religion at school. Get away with heaven, said her mother. I'm going because I've been invited, she said. And I've been invited because Luciana is my friend. So there. Ah, yes, your friend, her mother grumbled. She paused. Listen, Rosara, she said at last, that one's not your friend. You know what you are to them, the maid's daughter. That's what. Rosara blinked hard. She wasn't going to cry. Then she yelled, shut up, you know anything about being friends? Every afternoon, she used to go to Luciana's house, and they were both finishing their homework while Rosario's mother did the cleaning. They had their tea in the kitchen, and they told each other secrets. Rosaria loved and everything in the big house, and she also loved the people who lived there. I'm going because It will be the most lovely party in the whole world, Luciana me told me it would be. There will be a magician, and he will bring a monkey and everything. The mother swung around to take a good look at her child and pompously took her hand on her hips. Monkey at a birthday party, she said. Get away with you, believing in all that nonsense you're told. Rosaura was deeply offended. She thought it unfair of her mother to accuse other people of being liars simply because they were rich. Rosaura too wanted to be rich, of course. If one day she managed to be living in a beautiful palace, would her mother stop loving her? She felt very sad. She wanted to go to the party more than anything else in the whole world. I'll die if I don't go, she whispered, almost without moving her lips. She wasn't sure whether she had been heard, but on the morning of the party, she discovered that her mother had starched her Christmas dress, and in the afternoon, after washing her hair, her mother rinsed it with apple cider vinegar so it would be nice and shiny. Before going out, Rosaria admired herself in the mirror with a white dress and glossy hair and thought she looked terribly pretty. Senora Ines also seemed to notice. As soon as she saw her, she said, "Oh, look, how lovely you look today, Rosaura." Rosaura gave her starchy skirt a slight toss with her hand and walked into the party with a firm step. She said hello to Luciana and asked about the monkey. Luciana put on a secretive look and whispered into Rosaura's ear, "He's in the kitchen, but don't tell anyone because it's a surprise." Rosaura wanted to make sure. Carefully, she entered the kitchen, and there she saw it, deep in thought inside a cage. It looked so funny to the girl. It looked so funny that the girl stood in for a while watching it, and later, ever so often, she would slip out of the party unseen and go to admire it. Rosaria was the only one allowed in the kitchen. Signora Ines had said, "You, yes, but not the others. They're too much boisterous, and they might break something." Rosaria had never broken anything. Even managed to jug She even managed the jug of orange juice, carrying it from the kitchen into the dining room. She held it carefully and didn't spill a single drop. And Senora Ines said, are you sure you can manage a jug as big as that?" Of course she could manage. It wasn't a she wasn't a Butterfingers like the others, like that blonde girl with the bow in her hair. She soon saw Rosa. She As soon as she saw Rosario, the girl with the bow in her hair said, "And you, who are you?" "I'm a friend of Lusana," said Rosario. "No," the girl with the bow in her hair. "You are not a friend of Lusana because I'm her cousin, and I know all her friends, and I don't know you." "So what?" said Rosaria. "I come here every afternoon with my mother and we do our homework together." "You and your mother do your homework together?" asked the girl, laughing. "I and Luciana do our homework together," said Rosaria very seriously. The girl with the bow shrugged her shoulders. "That's not being a friend," she said. "Do you go to school together?" "No." So where do you know her from?" said the girl, getting impatient. Rosaria remembered her mother's words perfectly. She took a deep breath. I'm the daughter of the employee, she said. Her mother had said very carefully, if someone asks you, if someone asks, you say you're the daughter of an employee. That's all. She said she also told her to add, and proud of it. But Rosaura thought that never in her life would she dare say something of the sort. What employee? Said the girl with the bow. Employee in a shop? No, Rosaura said angrily. Angrily. My mother doesn't sell anything in a shop, so there. So how come she's an employee? Said the girl with the bow in her hair. Said the girl with the bow. Just then, Senora Ines arrived, saying shh, shh, and asked Rosaura if she wouldn't mind helping serve out the hot dogs, as she knew the house was so much better than the others. See, said Rosaura to the girl with the bow, and when no one was looking, she kicked her in the shin. Apart from the girl with the bow, the others were delighted. The ones she liked the best was Luciana with her golden birthday crown, and then the boys. Rosaura won the sack race, and nobody managed to catch her when they played tag. When they split into two teams to play charades, all the boys wanted her on their side. Rosaura felt she had never been so happy in her life. Okay, so boys and girls, we're going to stop there. And you're going to consider the conversations between Rosaura and her mother, Rosaura and the girl she meets at the party with the bow in her hair, and the interaction she has with with Senora Ines, Liliana's mother. So I want you to consider the characters' interactions when you're looking at perspective of the characters feeling Rosario attending the party. What does the mother feel about Rosario attending the party? What does the girl with the bow in her hair feel about when she attends the party? There's a lot to consider with characters and how they speak to each other about Rosario attending the party. Remember, this is a story that focuses on class and ethnicity. So keep that in mind as you consider character perspective. And we will reconvene in Zoom tomorrow and be prepared to discuss the first part of the story. And then we will continue reading on to consider the last part of the story and see what happens to her as the party persists. Okay, I'll see you in Zoom, readers.